Newlyweds, this video is for you. In fact, if you are engaged, planning to get married, or you are within the first 5 years of marriage, I need you to listen and listen keenly, because I want to give you some tips on how you can keep that spark that you're feeling right now alive for the duration of your marriage. It is Daisy Chuako, your marriage and relationship coach. As a marriage and relationship coach, I work with couples all around the world who have been married for various lengths of time, some of them 30 years of marriage. Yes, and one of the things that I found many couples who've been married for a long time talk about is, where's the spark gone? Like, where's that fire gone? Where's that energy? Where's the vavavoom in our relationship gone? Here's the scary thing. I've worked with couples who have been married for a year and asking me that question, who've been married for 6 months and asking me that question, who are very, very early in their marriage and are asking that question. Here's what I want to say. Many people think that it's normal for the spark, the fire, that energy, the passion in your marriage to die after a long length of time. I don't subscribe to that. I don't believe it at all. In fact, you will always hear me say that intimacy is like a fine wine. It gets better with age. That's how your marriage is supposed to be. The more time that you spend together, the more deeply connected, the more deeply intimate you are, the better your relationship and your marriage is supposed to be. The energy is supposed to grow. The passion for each other is supposed to grow. However, many people think that that happens by mistake. Some people are lucky, some people are not. That's also not the truth. Actually, people who intentionally put in the work to keep the fire burning, And just like a normal fire, if you leave it, it's going to die. But if you keep stoking it and adding the coal and the wood and whatever it is that you need to keep that fire burning, not only will it keep burning, but it will burn bigger and brighter the more that you put into it. And that's exactly how your marriage works. So I have 10 tips that I want to give you, that if you intentionally and actively do these things, you will find that 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line and more, you're going to still be enjoying the so-called honeymoon period, but it will be deep and it will be thriving and it will be burning brightly. Number one, prioritize quality time. How do we build a relationship with anybody? It is with spending time with them. How do we deepen that relationship? By spending time with them. Now, the key word here is quality time. So it's not just, well, I was in the house. Well, we were both in the living room. It's actually spending time doing things together, talking, understanding each other, laughing together, sharing experiences together, putting your phone away, disconnecting from other people and other things, and fully bringing attention to each other. That's quality time. And as you are going to find in your marriage life, there's going to be lots of things that come in that try and take your time. Children is going to be the greatest thing that tries to take your time. Your businesses, your work, just building this life together is time consuming. But you need to prioritize, earmark, structure your life so that there is time for you two. There is time for your marriage. And actually, if it's important enough to you, you will make that time for it. Number two, never stop learning from each other. You know, one of the things that I find couples do is start to take each other for granted and start to stop looking for the good in the other person. They stop looking for the difference in the other person. In fact, what they try and do is change the person into being more like them. But actually, when you accept the other person for who they are and just stay in that place of awe, like, what else can I learn from them? How are they different from me? And rather than seeing their difference as a negative thing, what can I learn from their difference? And actually giving them space to explore the world in their way so that they can come back to you and share those experiences, and you can be open enough to keep learning from them. If you guys have that going on, you're going to be increasing your intellectual stroke mental intimacy which is going to be so good and healthy for your marriage. Number 3, one of the mistakes that I see lots of newlywed couples make is thinking that everybody has to stay the same. It ain't gonna happen. It is not gonna happen. What you do want is for there to be growth. And with growth comes change. And so it is about allowing room for that, accepting growth and change. And in fact, being open for growth and change, because that's what we want. We want to be consistently evolving and growing and learning and becoming better versions of ourselves. And so rather than saying, well, you're not the person that you used to be, well, yeah, of course we're not. Actually, I'm looking forward to the person that you're becoming, right? And sometimes that means I have to go through some difficult times in the midst of growth. Growth usually comes with a bit of a challenge. And so it's about understanding that, making room for it and being patient enough to see what comes out of the caterpillar carcass. Is that what they're called? The shell thing that a caterpillar is in. Anyway, the butterfly comes out, but it isn't without a bit of a, hustle and a tussle. And that evolution may happen a few times in your marriage. And it's a good thing. It feels difficult in the moment, but when you allow it, accept it and embrace it, you will find that it's actually a really good and healthy thing for both of you. Number 4, you will hear this said time and time again, communication is key. Like, you guys need to be talking frequently, talking openly, right? Talking about your feelings, but more importantly, again, creating a space where it's okay to share how you feel, to share your truth, to feel free enough to communicate your truth. So one of the mistakes that couples make is shutting down that space by putting a load of judgment and criticism in their relationship. When somebody's expressing their feelings or expressing their truth, if we don't like it, we shut it down. That breaks down your communication, right? So keep it open, allow your partner to be themselves and allow them to communicate parts of them that sometimes you won't like, because sometimes it's going to be uncomfortable for you, but as long as it's their truth, allow it to happen so that you guys can keep nice open lines of communication, because communication is key. And listening is key. Listening without defense. Listen, I've got a whole video called 4 Pillars of Communication. After this video, go and watch that and learn how you can make sure that you guys are keeping nice, healthy lines of communication in your marriage. 5, express gratitude every day. Don't take your partner for granted. Don't get complacent with your partner. Stay grateful for them. Stay grateful for them being in your lives. Stay grateful for their different attributes. Stay grateful for the things that they bring into your life, even if it's small things that happen every single day, even if it is their role, even if they're supposed to. Stay grateful. Stay looking for the good. I say that actually the greatest cancer to marriage isn't cheating, it's not trouble with the finances, it's complacency and lack of gratitude. That is what leads to all the other sort of big problems in marriage. But when you can stay grateful, when you can make sure that you're not taking your partner for granted, you're appreciating them, then you are going to be dealing with majority of the issues that many people have. Like, you're just not going to have them. Right? And you're going to be making sure that your partner stays high in their value set in your eyes, which means that you're naturally going to prioritize and treasure them. Number 6, keep the romance alive. Now, the question to ask yourself is, what is romance to you and what is romance to your partner? You guys talk about that, figure that out. And then whatever it is that works for you guys, keep it up. Like, actively, intentionally, keep it up. Again, it gets very easy to just be like, oh, do you know what? We're together now. We don't need to do that every week or every month, or, we're here, we love each other, it's fine. No, keep that romance going. These are the things that feel like passion. Remember that many people think that they're falling out of love. What's happening really is that they're falling out of passion. One of the things that keeps passion alive is romance. So whatever that is, whatever it looks like for you two, Go out of your way to make sure that you keep doing those things that you used to do. Stay playful, laugh together a lot. One of the things that goes really quickly for some reason is the playfulness in relationships. Life gets really serious all of a sudden, again, particularly when the children come in and we're building our lives together. Things get very, very serious. But we don't need to keep it like that in our marriage all the time. Allow your marriage to be the place that you can be playful, that you guys can laugh together a lot, joke around a lot. Stay friends, be best buddies, right? Be your marriage. Number 9 is be each other's support system. I can't emphasize this enough. As we know, life comes with all sorts of curveballs. All sorts of things happen. We can't plan for everything. There are going to be some great highs and there will be some lows. There will. And it's going to be so important that you guys know that throughout it all, you have each other's back. Even when it means that the other partner is collateral damage, maybe for a bad choice that one of you guys make, you have to know that you are each other's support system. But that also means that we encourage each other to dream and dream big. We support each other to go for our dreams, to go for the things that we feel called to go on those missions and achieve the things that we want to achieve. We need the support of our partners, and to know that you both have got that with each other is extremely bonding, and that's what it's all about. Being each other's support system is going to be so crucial for you guys to be able to maintain and sustain a long-lasting, happy, thriving relationship. Number 10, this is something that I don't think that we do nearly enough, but actually is and will be the most powerful thing that you as an individual can do for yourself and for your marriage. And that is to regularly self-reflect. Like regularly check in on yourself, regularly look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, how can I be doing better? Where do I need to improve? Where have I fallen on track? How did I create that situation that actually isn't working? What do I need to take ownership and responsibility of? Like, you need to be asking yourself that question regularly, and you need to be asking it with humility and with grace and with honesty. Like really being honest with yourself. And this is something that within my coaching program, I really challenge my clients to do, to get as honest with themselves as possible, because actually you have the answers. You know where you're falling short, right? You know where you can improve. And when we get all that ego out of the way and we allow ourselves to self-reflect deeply, you will be amazed at what is highlighted to us and how then we're able to raise awareness around that thing and then able to grow. But if you're not prepared to self-reflect, you're never going to be the partner that you need to be in order to have the thriving, sustainable, loving, passion-filled marriage that you want to have. All right, that's 10 of my top tips for you to go off and keep that spark going in year 1, year 10, year 20 and onwards. When life changes, when the kids come, when things get hard, all of that. If you can really stick to this blueprint and actively and intentionally use the tips within this, you are going to find that you are going to get through this period in an amazing way. You're going to enjoy your marriage, and the down times are going to draw you closer together. You're going to go through the storms together, and you're going to come out of them feeling more deeply bonded. You're going to look back on your marriage 10, 20, 30 years later and be so grateful still that you have each other, and there'll be so much passion. There'll be so much romance. You guys will still be like girlfriend and boyfriend when you guys are 60 odd. That's the prayer, but you can have it. And if you are a newlywed or early in your relationship, or actually deep into your marriage and you really want to bring that passion back because you really feel like it is gone, then I want you to reach out to me. Hit the link in the description and book a free 30-minute call. It's called the Breakthrough Call. And let's talk about where you are today, where you want to be, and how my coaching program can help you achieve that. And if you've got any tips for how we can keep our marriages feeling amazing, then definitely pop them in the comments. I will see you in the next video.